In today's video, I will be answering a question from Arya Alfieri. Keep watching to learn more.
Do I need to powder my nose or something? Good, do I look good? Hills and
Okay, hi guys, and welcome to today's video. I hope you are all in good health and positive spirit always. If we are meeting for the first time, my name is Keris Johari, better known as ASKJOFE, the Kris Collector from Singapore, and you are watching the Kris Collector Show. If you want to find out more about me and what this channel is all about, check out this channel's intro video right here. Today I'm answering a question posted by Mr. Arif. Salam Pak Jofe, I'm Arif from Singapore. Firstly, I'm not a kris collector, just that I owned two kris. One is a Kamardikan, kris Warangka Gayaman Solo Lok 13, Dapur Sengkelat, and one is a kris sepuh backdated during the reign of Mataram Islam, Dapur Nogo Siluman, Lok 9, Warangka Ladrangan, Djogja. Both were purchased from trustable sources. My main intention of owning kris is so that it can be passed down to my two sons when they are adult someday. That will be years down the road, as now they are still toddler and infant. In the hope they will have a vast knowledge about their ancestors and have jati diri in them. So, Pak Jofe, this is my question, which I hope you can give some tips. What can I do to accessorize my krises? And what kind of oil you use to oil your kris collection? I bought a bottle of minyak cendana from Central Java, which claimed it is a pure cendana oil, but it just doesn't smell right. It doesn't even have a trace of sandalwood scent. Thank you, Mr. Arif, for your comment and questions. Firstly, let me congratulate you on your noble intentions. It is good to remind your children of their heritage. Take pride in your efforts and initiative to impart your understanding to your children in your narrative. This will help to shape their attitude and develop aptitude in their growth as a person. Kudos to you there, brother. Now, before I dive into your questions, I would like to clarify some terms for the benefit of new audience to this subject. Firstly, I would like to provide a clearer definition for the term Kamardikan. In this part of the world, specifically in Indonesia, Kamardikan applies to krises produced after independence of modern Indonesia from the Dutch and the Japanese in 1945. Meaning to say, any krises produced after 1945 is from here on regarded and accepted as a Kamardikan kris. Indonesia has a very unique system of classifying krises by time period. The term most often used in Indonesian krisology is Tangguh kris. Loosely translated, it means time period. Each time period is marked by the year, ruling kingdom, and also notable empus or kings of that era. On its own, this is a fascinating topic for discussion. Perhaps I will talk more about this in a future video. In his comments, Mr. Arya also mentioned two kris types. For the benefit of viewers, in case you are not able to visualize, here is an illustration of an example of the fitting styles mentioned. As a general reference, let me be clear, this is just an illustration to give you an idea of what Mr. Arif wrote and not the actual depiction of his actual kris, yeah? On the left is the Warangka Gayaman Solo fitting style, and on the right is the Warangka Ladrangan Djogja. Very common and easy to identify as part of the Javanese kris dress styles. Next are the blade forms, the Lok 13 Sengkelat on the left and the Lok 9 Nogo Siluman. Once again, the pictures here are just for references for ease of visualization and does not depict the actual krises owned by Mr. Arif. Now that we have cleared that out of the way, let's now dive into the queries by Mr. Arif. Accessorizing, it is only natural for a collector or someone who takes pride in owning a kris to elevate the exoteric feel of what they own. Meaning to say, when one feels so closely related to his kris, one would desire to make it feel more special and personal. Nothing wrong with that. This happens all the time. For example, I have a love for horological timepieces, watches, and at times I am not satisfied with the default accessories that came with it. The default bracelet or straps may not be to my liking. The box that it came with may not be on par with my elegant taste. Hence, naturally, I will look for compatible aftermarket parts to personalize my timepiece. A new strap perhaps, a fashionable watch winder maybe. Sorry, I'm starting to digress and ramble away again. Anyway, back to krises. It is natural to want to personalize your piece to suit your taste. Nothing wrong to have a sense of attachment with it. However, do bear this in mind. Your taste is yours and others may not be in tune with what you like. My advice, ignore the naysayers and fit your kris with whatever you feel right for you. Krises are not short of accessories. You can replace the hilt with finer quality woods with intricately and masterfully carved engravings. You can replace the warangka as well to match the hilt. Then there's the Penduk or Mendak as it is commonly referred to in Indonesia. Replace them with those made from precious metals and adorned with precious gemstones. Likewise, the Penduk. Get them in silver instead of brass, gold if you have a more exquisite taste. The possibilities and potential are limitless as long as your budget permits. Then there is also the manner in which you may want to display your kris. Do you want to display it in a showcase or keep it inside a finely carved and crafted box to retain its air of mystery? It entirely depends on you. For me, I will only customize new commissions pieces. Antique specimen examples, I will retain its originality unless it seriously is in need of replacement of parts. Reason being, antique specimen examples provide more than just aesthetic enjoyment. From the eyes of a student of history, it provides vital ethnological clues to its origins and provenance. Hence, while I do not willy-nilly replace parts on antique specimens unless it is absolutely necessary, and of course, naturally, I will document them for future references. The deeper your pockets, the more extravagant your options to enhance the exoteric aesthetics of your kris. It really depends on how far you are willing to go and how much you are willing to spend. However, do take note, you are in Singapore. Curb your aspirations for exotic materials like elephant ivory or rhino horns and such. Those are restricted import items here. Unless you want to find yourself in trouble with customs and NParks. For those of you who missed my video on that, you can check out that topic right here. Next, on the question of kris oils, here is another aspect that is worth learning as well. Again, let me repeat that dealers in krises and their accessories do not usually have your best interest at heart. They are only interested in making a sale and will market their product in any manner that ensures a sale. Cendana oil has always been stereotyped and hyped up to be the oil for krises. If you ask me, this is not necessarily true. What is true is that scents and fragrances are essential in personalizing your kris on an esoteric level. For those who have been following me since 2015 will be aware that I do not use traditional kris oils. I do use lubricants, just not in its traditional oil form. I take traditional recipes and modified the formulation to produce my own version of a gel-based lubricant. Dare I say, it is far more superior compared to oil-based lubricants. Longer lasting, does not dries up easily, protects the blade from itchy fingers who touch your blade. It does not react with the natural oils on your fingers, and my formulation will darken steel over time, giving it a nice contrast against nickel. Kris oils on its own is a wide topic to discuss aside from its functional use to prevent rusting of your kris blade. Add scents and fragrances, and now it becomes a fascinating science on its own. You get to understand the importance of top notes, middle notes, and base notes. You get the pleasure of exploring your own fragrance that appeals to your higher senses. You get to learn how to mix different oils with different scents together, to fuse them and make it as one. So many interesting aspects to learn. Now, I will be doing a separate video on kris oils at a later time. Suffice to say, Mr. Arif, kris oils becomes more special when it is customized. Find a scent or fragrance that you like first as its base and then work your way up. Top, middle, base. This is the basic foundation of scents and fragrances. After that, finding the base medium to fuse the scented fragrance to. The cheapest alternative is to mix fragrant oils with a neutral all-purpose oil. However, the problem with most oil-based lubricant is that if you do not allow your blade enough time to drain and drip away excess oil before returning it to its sheath, the excess oil will pool and collect at the bottom of the sheath. Over time, this causes molds and fungus to grow and breed. So to conclude, I hope I have answered your question, Mr. Arif. What I have presented in today's video is of course my conclusion from my experience and observations. There are various debates out there with regards to this discussion. Definitely more alternative and differing opinions. Feel free to pick and choose whichever propositions that makes more sense to you. As I have mentioned in my earlier videos, this hobby of collecting is a personal journey. Folks like me can only offer an opinion from my experience. We merely show you a door, but ultimately it is you, the next generation of collectors or kris owners, who must walk through that door and experience for yourself what lies beyond it. That is all for today's video. Thank you for watching till the end. I hope this video adds value to you and may you learn something new and useful from watching this. I look forward to reading your feedback in the comment section, so please feel free to leave me your comments and I will personally reply to you. If you like what you have watched today, please share with me your support by clicking the like, subscribe, and bell notification icon. So until we meet in my next video, this is Kairi Johari, better known as ASKJOFE, the Kris Collector from Singapore, snapping out. See you in my next video. Bye bye.